When you and I see photos with other human beings in them, that would either cause us to relate to that content, that piece of content that photo is attached to, or maybe not, if it doesn't remind us of ourselves or anything else that we can relate to. But I think we can all agree that the use of photos really can draw people into our world, into our communities, and into our content. Well, let's discuss. Well, welcome to Legal Marketing Minutes, where I share short bursts of current marketing news and advice. My name is Nancy Myrland. If we haven't met, I'm a marketing and business development advisor, and I specialize in content, social, and digital media for lawyers and their legal marketers. Your time is valuable, so let's get started. Well, let's talk about 10 ways and 10 places that you can share photos in marketing. Here we go. Number 1, you can show photos of your pro bono and other community activity. There's a lot of heartstrings attached to that kind of work, so that's a great place to start. Let me even preface all the rest of these by saying you don't have to do all of these. You are going to have some that you might consider your favorites or that might sound like you, some that might not sound like you or your style or your culture at all. Just know that, and that's why I create lists of 10, because you can pick and choose from them, or you can just test different ones to see, or different lawyers in the firm might have different ones that they like. All right, as I said, number 1 is pro bono and other community activity. Number 2 could be conferences that you, your partners, and administrators attend, really anybody in the firm. And it's really easy to take a photo of a speaker and show that photo, maybe type out a quote from that person, tag them, and let other people in on the conference or the event that you are attending. 3 would be your clients speaking. And that could be either in a webinar. We're doing so many webinars and online digital types of marketing these days. Because of the pandemic, we've gotten more used to them. Or it could be in person. It really doesn't matter. But it could be of your client speaking. Again, when you post those, you'd probably want to tag that person and give them the attention because your photo is of them, obviously. Number 4, your new associates, whether those are summers, whether those are laterals, no matter who it is, it could be new associates, and you could make a comment about those, welcoming X number of associates in this summer, or we're excited to have, Nancy Myrland in, join the firm in the whatever practice. And again, tag those people so that people can find them and follow them. And again, you're doing them a favor. You are drawing attention to someone else, which is wonderful to do. Then we could go to number 5, which would be your employees who are working on a project. And that could be so many different things. Number 6, your front desk receptionist or concierge, so that people know who the person is on the other end of the call. Number 7, how about graphics that show your individual client service guidelines and promises? Many firms have come up with client service guidelines, and who's to say that you don't break those up? Maybe you have 5 of them, maybe you have 10 of them, and you deal with those one at a time in a graphic and put a photo behind it of someone or a group of your lawyers or whatever it might be. So many photos that could represent your firm or the types of clients that you serve. And maybe you put one of those at a time. Maybe you do a carousel with them on LinkedIn or Instagram. Those are 2 really good places to do carousels of more than one photo. And then number 8 would be your valued alumni group members. And again, tag them when you post it and tell them you're thinking about your firm alumni today and just wanted to draw attention to, and you could have a photo of that person and then say something significant about that person. Number 9, news conferences that you attend that have to do with your primary practice and your industry groups. Again, this is very similar to some of the others that I mentioned. Say why that's significant. Tag anybody else that's in that photo, and just make sure you write something about it so that people understand why you're posting it. And number 10, kind of a personal favorite, although mine would be dogs, but take your child to work days. Now, I know that's really different right now because of the pandemic, but those of you who are working at home a lot, this is a lot easier because you could have your children with you at work at your desk. Actually, a lot easier than when you had the opportunity to take them into your original office, your corporate office. And I have a twist on that. let them photograph you. Have them take a picture of you, or have someone else take a picture of the two of you together sitting at your desk, or it could really take so many forms. All right, let's move on to 10 places that you can share photos. And the sky's the limit with these, but here are 10. Number 1, in every blog post. And I do mean every blog post. I would put a photo, a graphic in every blog post. Not only does it help people relate to that blog post, and depending on what the photo is, it helps set an emotion that, or a perspective that you want people to have as they consume your content. So it's just like if you had a website and it had no graphics on it at all. Same goes for a blog post. They're kind of dry when they don't have any graphics with them. The other reason it's good to do this is that when you post them, then let's say it's on LinkedIn, when you post a URL, but it could be any social media, anywhere that you post this, then it pulls in whatever photograph is attached to that blog post. And when you don't have any graphics in your blog posts, then they look pretty plain vanilla. That's number 1, every blog post. Number 2 would be on Twitter, and you can share more than one on Twitter. So there you go. And then Facebook pages would be number 3. Number 4, your Facebook profiles. So individual lawyer and business professionals could post photos in their individual Facebook profiles. Instagram, and you have like 3 or 4 different ways you can do it on Instagram. So there are different places depending on what you like to do, or where your clients or referral sources might be hanging out, whether that's stories or reels, or again, about 4 different opportunities there for you. And I talked about this just a moment ago, but your website, you want to make sure that your graphics are fresh and that they're, if you haven't updated them in 5 or 10 years, you might want to take a look at that and make sure that you're using photos that people can relate to and that speak to them. Number 7, Pinterest. Again, really depends on your practice and who you're speaking to, but oftentimes Pinterest can be a really interesting. Every once in a while, I will see a referral from Pinterest in my analytics from my website, and I'm like, wow, somebody really did find that there. So you never know. Then number 8, LinkedIn pages. Obviously, this means your firm page, your business page. And again, it humanizes when you use photos, the 10 ways that I shared with you a moment ago, then it humanizes the firm, it humanizes the lawyers, it humanizes all of the legal and business professionals in your firm. And then number 9, similar to what I just said about Facebook, your LinkedIn profiles. The relationships are made on these personal pages, these personal profiles. So whether that is Facebook or it's LinkedIn, on individual profiles, you will find a greater number of people attached to these profiles. I mean, let's say there are 10 people in your firm, or there are 10,000. Then if you added up all of the people that your lawyers are connected to in all of those, it is so many more times than the number of people who are just following your page. So you might be placing a lot of emphasis on what to do on your LinkedIn page, but you really need to also make sure that all of your legal and business professionals are up to speed, and to make sure that you and all of your other lawyers in the firm have your profile and your presence taken care of on LinkedIn. And I have something I want to share with you in just a moment about that. So stick with me till the end. And then this is number 10 is kind of interesting, but don't forget your reception area. Now that people are out and about a little bit more, then why not use some of these photos, some of them that I mentioned up in the 10 ways when we started? Why not have some of those reproduced in high quality images that you're proud to put in your reception area? And who's to say that you can't switch those out a couple times a year as well? Why not? There's nothing wrong with that. I also wanted to let you know that I'm getting ready to open my LinkedIn Course for Lawyers course very soon. So if you want to go to linkedincourseforlawyers.com, you'll find out more about that. Well, that's it for today's Legal Marketing Minutes. Please do me a favor and let me know your thoughts and let me know what I missed. And if you're in a place where you can leave a comment, please do so, as I'd love to hear from you. And if not, you can always find me on my blog at myrlandmarketing.com. That's MYRLAND marketing.com. All right, don't forget, my LinkedIn course is linkedincourseforlawyers.com. All right, that's it for now. Take care. Until next time, I'm Nancy Myrland.